Hey, Pac, Danny here. Before we start the pod, just reminding you, Melbourne Comedy Festival begins on March 26th. My show is only on for 4 nights. You should come down. Spleen Bar. Tickets through the socials, bio and stuff for comedyfestival.com.au. I'm the only Danny doing a show, so just type in Danny. You should be all good.
I want attacking purposeful football all the time. Now we're going to have backs against the wall and we're going to fight, and we're going to fight hard. You've got to show me all the guts and all the determination you've got in your body. You've got to inspire me.
A marvellous kick. That's as good as you'll ever see. And Footscray back in front.
I don't know about you guys, but if I see one bloke walking out of here, give the pat on the back from people out there for a good effort, I'll spew up.
From inside the centre square. Boys kick the goal. Boys kick the goal. From inside the centre.
Hey, Pac, welcome to Danny Boyd, a podcast about the Premiership favourites, the club that you love, that I love, the club that made us all just scream so loudly on Saturday night. That is the Footscray Football Club, Proprietary Limited. They trade us Western Bulldogs. I'm Danny McGinley. Mark Stevens is with me.
G'day, Danny. Yeah, what a night it was. Saturday night I was at a rock concert, as I mentioned last week, The Darkness.
Yes.
And in the end it was the Lions. The lights went out and, gee, we were excited. I got distracted, though, midway through the set.
Yes.
English band, rock band, guitar solos, but I just couldn't keep my mind on it. And as things got tighter and tighter, with 7 minutes left, Dogs 7 points up, I vacated the main room at the Forum, went upstairs to the toilets and watched the last few minutes in the dunny. I had to. You couldn't focus on a concert.
In the dunny, did you go into a cubicle?
Yeah, end cubicle.
Really?
Yeah, well, what else can I do?
You could just stand where... I would just stand in the foyer.
I needed privacy.
You need, just in case there was
a tense moment, and
in case there was another sort of darkness.
Yeah. So we got through that and then came back for the encore, and what a night.
So you didn't miss I Believe in a Thing Called Love?
No, didn't miss that.
Great.
Growing on Me, I got that one. So it was huge night. And I was with Liam O'Keefe, who some people may know if you're into racing. He's a hard rock guy, but he's also the head track man at Flemington and a huge Bulldog supporter. So he's a man that does all the grass.
So he didn't come with you to the toilet? wasn't two middle-aged men going to the cubicle together?
He'd had a few more pints than me, so he was probably more relaxed. But I couldn't focus on the show.
Not a chance.
I could be watching the Beatles reunion with John Lennon involved and still be distracted.
Yeah,
At that moment, you put the Bulldogs first.
Yes.
It ended up being one of the best nights I've had in ages. Dogs get rolled. It's a shit night.
Yeah. This is what the message I want to give to the fans. Like a lot of people were hitting up, going, "We were going to record something on Sunday. We're going to record something on Monday." I go, "No, we'll wait till Tuesday." Mostly because I had commitments in Adelaide. But I think now, we're all beating our chests and making animal noises of just pure yes. But I think now we're just I'm letting the dust settle a bit, and I just want to remind everyone, God, we could have lost that.
Oh, easily.
Charlie Cameron missed one from 2 metres out.
Yeah, but we're unlucky with the lob one on the line that bounced back to Oscar Allen.
Oh, God, that's right.
That's the only way Oscar Allen was going to kick a goal, by the way.
That's right.
And some of the umpiring, we can get to that. The stand rule was a farce.
Yeah.
50 against Libba because he tapped his wrist and the ball fell out. It was just a weird night.
I think, can I just point out, I've got a particular disdain for Oscar Allen. I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but just it's a bit like that Richmond guy who left Tom
Lynch.
Tom Lynch. Both blonde. Both look like the cocky villain in a high school movie. But do you know all those sports movies where like the most talented player there's a team of like plucky young ne'er-do-wells, and sure they're not the best, but they're all good friends and they try hard, and then the hero of that team goes off to play for the greatest team in the league? No, there is no film like that because it's a horrible story.
Yes, yeah, you're right.
For him to walk out on West Coast and go to Brisbane looking the way he does, just horrible.
He's not playing too well either, but Tom Lynch, I've got to say, is a great guy. We're here at the Stevens household today in Richmond. He used to live 30 metres down the road.
Okay.
here in Tigerland, and a terrific fellow, because on ground he looks like a snarly sort
does.
of...
Yes, I wasn't... you're ruining my villain.
The most laid-back, big sort of Labrador of a guy you'd ever know. So I think Oscar Allen might be the same as that. But
No, come on, they're horrible people.
I'm glad that we ruined his night, and really it was... the other thing that irritated... This is before we get to the thing. Country Roads really starting...
Could not agree more.
Starting to piss me off.
Yes.
It's becoming too big. Charlie Rebels in it, and Charlie was great, by the way. But there was one stage, Country Road was still going, and we'd kicked a goal. Like, there was a centre bounce. Either the morons up there were singing it, plus we'd kicked a goal, and Country Road was still going.
It's
it's
horrible.
But it's an inconsistency with the AFL. Is this controversial to say, but brand AFL, should it be the same product at every game, every ground? Should the Gabba have songs just because should the Swans have Neil Diamond? Should the brand be the same everywhere you go?
No, I like that because I think it does. It appeals to the neutral fans, which we're trying to get in from the rugby states. So I'm fine with them doing it. I wouldn't do it if I were them, but I'm fine if they want to go down that path. That's fine. But I really like that the clubs have a choice to do it, and I really like that we don't do it. Yeah,
it's the sounds of footy are pure after a goal. Just let that organic sound, the traditional AFL, VFL sound happen. We don't need the special effects.
Gold Coast versus Geelong, and there was one Gold Coast player who kept scoring it, and he'd get Sweet Caroline. God, that song annoys me as well.
Annoying. It's not Neil's best song either.
No, and everyone does it now.
Yeah.
Like the Boston Red Sox, the Sydney Swans, it's like, no, like sure, but is fine, but the rest it's a boring nothing song.
Nothing song. And this is not a music podcast, but similar to Horses by Daryl Braithwaite.
Not his best song?
I'm Jack of it. It's not his song. It's a cover version. And it's not his best song. It was about the fourth single off that album that he had. I think it was Edge I sound like Molly Meldrum or Donny Sutherland here.
Hey, mate, I know nothing about this.
It wasn't a great song to start with, but it's grown legs. But people are over it now at the races, aren't they?
Oh, they're playing it there, are they?
They play at the races all the time.
This is why it's good to have you as a co-host, because you go into the horse racing. I never go to horse racing. And I'm bringing all the obscure movie references.
Yeah.
You can bring all the obscure music references.
Yeah.
And when Boydie's here, he can actually talk about football.
Yeah. Is he got any pop culture knowledge at all, Boydie, or is he shallow with that area?
He has spent his whole childhood just training, ball in hand, getting ready for his big moment of 2016.
What would his most alternative band be? Powderfinger?
Oh, I reckon he's too young for Powderfinger.
Right. Okay.
The thing that always just makes me feel ancient is when I drop a Seinfeld reference in here and he just stares at me blankly.
Yeah, he'd be a dad rock guy like Coldplay.
He's actually into the Eagles.
Right. I'll give him credit. I've grown to like the Eagles.
Yep. As I said, I'm not hugely musical. I mean, because as much as we hate music after you've kicked a goal, the player gets to choose it. You've thought, even though we hate it, have you thought about what song you'd want?
Or it'd be a Def Leppard song.
Pour some sugar on Animal. That's good.
Good song. Pump up song. Certainly wouldn't be. Well, can we mention Tooth and Nail? Maybe that's back.
Oh yeah, they loved
Bevo
it on
sang
Fox
it after
Footy.
the game.
Before I get into it, I'll just tell you that my song would be chosen by my daughter, and it would definitely be K-pop Demon Hunters, Golden.
Right. Great.
Anyway, yes, they did. They interviewed Bevo after the game and got him to say he was pumping up Tooth and Nail. And I think if we start winning and playing that song, we're going to associate it. It's like the jumper we wore on Saturday night, the white one with the bulldog on it. It's not our best jumper, but because we won the elimination final in 2016 wearing it, we've got it forever.
Yeah. No, it's not a great jumper, but we'll take it.
And I loved the red jumper with just the simple blue and white stripes, but we never won in it, and so that's been banished.
Yeah.
So we might be stuck with Tooth and Nail if we win on Saturday.
Yeah, but it was good to see Bevo relate. I think, is it a different Bevo? I've just got a sense that he's pretty content with where things are at.
There's a great 20-minute interview with him and Gary Lyon up on KO, which I watched on the plane to Adelaide yesterday.
Was it Kingy or...
Oh, it is Kingy.
Yeah,
yep,
Kingy.
Terribly sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry. I was watching. I watched a few coaches, and Gary Lyon did the other ones. And Bevo said that he has spent more time with the players this summer than he ever has before to try and stop this mentality where we bleed goals. And because once again, it didn't happen. There was a period where they got 4, but they weren't like 4 directly in a row that we've suffered.
It wasn't as painful as some.
No.
No, you're right. Even though they had a lot of inside 50s, it looked more solid, and it was very similar to the Hawthorn game. So these practice match form actually correlates with real form.
Yeah.
Hawthorn were crap against the Dogs.
Yep.
They were crap again, 0 round. And the Dogs played the same brand. They had less inside 50s than the opposition and still won.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Is there anything more embarrassing than losing a game of footy is no good, but to lose in front of Tom Hanks, that would just devastate you. You lose in front of your parents.
It was the GWS, wasn't he? Yeah, Tom Hanks.
He was at GWS, and they kept cutting to him because it was a pretty rubbish game. And also it's Tom Hanks.
And the guy out of Adolescence was there too.
That's
What's
right.
his name?
Stephen Graham.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a brilliant actor.
Yeah. He's in a film clip with Sam Fender as well. He's a
Good work.
brilliant actor.
Bringing it back to
I
music.
think, people would know this chef's show. It's basically... The first series was based on one night in a restaurant and everything that went wrong.
Okay.
He's
I know
just a
him
genius.
He's from Snatch and Lock, Stock and Peaky Blinders and whatnot.
But is Tom Hanks better than that, hanging around at the showgrounds watching GWS? I mean, surely he could find something better to do in Sydney.
What? Then go and watch a footy game. What do you
Get on
think
the
you and I
Manly
would
Ferry
do? I'm sure he's done all that. He's
Yeah.
probably been to Sydney countless times.
So they're filming
Greyhound 2, it's called.
I haven't seen Greyhound 1.
No,
to be
neither
honest.
have I.
Why is it that I shouldn't say this, but when these big movies are filmed in Australia, it takes the wind out of the sails a bit for me. Thinking
Does it?
Must be a bit B grade.
No.
We don't do a lot of blockbusters here.
We did all the Star Wars. We did, I know the Nicolas Cage film.
When was the last one we did was Anaconda? That went well, didn't it?
Was that here, was it?
Yeah, that's here.
Yeah, I'm not a Jack Black fan, so I wasn't going to watch that one.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage did a really bad one here.
Hey, I'm in
Melbourne.
that.
Are you?
Knowing.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
I play cop with dog.
Right.
Actually, you'd love this because the end of that film, by the way, I'm spoiling it. You've had long enough, people. The end of the world happens. Because they filmed it in Melbourne, they show Victorian State Parliament blowing up.
Right.
And I saw it at the cinema. Everyone cheered.
Okay. But we haven't had many real out-and-out blockbusters.
No, but we do have the best. The reason they like making them here is A, tax breaks,
It's
but
cheap.
B, we have the best crew. Like the when it is physical effects like actual props and costume stuff, we have the best in the world. But now they're just going more the CGI. And the reason we haven't seen Greyhound is because it was exclusively released on Apple TV, and
right.
that's why.
So it's B grade then.
Yeah. Unless it came out in 2020 when nothing was on at the cinema because of the pandemic. But things do feel. I guess I feel the same. If something goes straight to streaming, I'm just not excited.
No, it doesn't feel the same.
No.
But no, it's good talking movies and whatever I've got to say. But we've got to get on to the main. Do we get on to the main show? Because I rate that victory. It's probably the best home and away win since that 2015 wet game in Sydney.
Okay, I had it. It was the best since 2022 revenge against the Demons, where Jamara kicked 5.
Yeah, that was good. This one though, when you weigh it all up, away from home, slippery, greasy.
We got to see how good Brisbane are before I'll rank it that highly, because I reckon they might premiership hangover. Yeah,
we might have got them at the right time, but the conditions suited them. It was slippery.
Oh, yes.
So it didn't suit Darcy to start with.
Yep.
And then you've got, they've unfurled the flag.
Yep.
Back-to-back flags. They've added new players in. They're up and about. And it was
26 house.
Yeah, 26 points down. Looked all over. And then we've got to talk about Bailey Williams as well.
We do. We will let's do it right now.
I had a guy in the Zero Hanger headquarters, which I left a short time ago, trying to tell me that goal wasn't even goal of the week.
What?
He thought that Clayton Oliver's goal...
It was pretty good goal, Clayton Oliver's.
Pretty
but
good.
Absolutely
I've
not.
got Bailey Williams is locked in for goal of the year.
Already?
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't suffer from doing it too early in the season. You know how that can happen?
Totally.
It's on the shelf too long. People get sick of it.
Yeah.
But I think that's better than last year's winner already.
Last night on the couch, Lee Matthews said that it was a great goal because he ignored so many teammates.
Yeah.
He had about 3 or 4 opportunities. He could have just passed it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was so amazing and such a clutch goal as well.
Yeah.
They don't bring that into the fact of goal of the year, I don't think. But like that was just after Charlie Cameron had put him 26 points up. So
It put us back within 14. Then he had another shot and missed. He could have kicked 5. But I'll talk about Bailey Williams. I reckon he is a bit of a poster boy for potentially this season. He's a guy who's been around a long time, Really, really good, solid footballer. Underrated. Not many people outside the Bulldogs would really
agreed.
give him a lot of notice. I think he's played 150 games already. So he's rock solid footballer. What would he be? 27, 28. He's in his prime.
Yep.
If he can find that 10% that he found on the weekend and just keep improving, then that is what's going to make the difference for the Dogs.
Do we call him the barometer?
Almost the barometer.
Yeah.
Because I reckon he's always been a good player. He's never really had the credit that he deserves.
Because he's a defender primarily.
Yeah, but he runs up and down the wing. But at some clubs he'd be in the middle. I think he'd be a good midfielder. So I really like Bailey Williams, and I was wrapped for him because they call him the truck and he goes about his business.
Yeah, Boydie and I Boydie has said, he's Horse. Truck is just what the Bulldogs social media and Bevo have tried to force this nickname onto us, but he's Horse.
Horse?
Yeah.
Is that his real name?
That's Bailey's his real name, but Horse is what he was called early on.
Right, okay. So you're not allowed to be called Horse anymore, Horse Longmire?
According to
because it's got
legends,
connotations.
Absolutely. And according to rumour, and apparently this is hearsay and it didn't really happen, but I love this story. It was Bailey Williams' first day at the Bulldogs, and you get sort of an older player to show you around and introduce you to the group. And he had Bob Murphy. And before he had spoke to the group, Bailey Williams was quite nervous. And he says, I don't know if I can talk to the boys. And Bob goes, mate, you want them to love you? Say your nickname's Horse.
Yeah, so that's where it started.
That's where it started. Yeah. So he gets in there, he's kind of saying, I'm from Adelaide and I play at halfback and that. And Bob just goes, mate, what's your nickname? He goes, Horse.
Yeah.
So, right. And Boydie did play with him and said he was always called Horse. So,
right, okay.
Yeah, don't take this truck.
But where does... that's...
Yeah, I don't know.
There's some bad nicknames out there, isn't there?
All these G-rated ones.
What's Tim English's nickname again?
Chili.
Chili?
Yeah. I don't know.
What's the origin of that one?
He's just calm, I think.
He is, but this is another thing that I'll raise from the game. And another reason we could be 10% better is he found some anger. He really did become nasty Timmy.
Yes.
Which we're not used to. He's been mild-mannered gentleman for a long time.
It's because, their ruckman was sort of... He scored the goal to put them in front from that. So there was a ball in with not long to go down their end, and Tim English went to sort of hip and shoulder, and he just sort of evaded and then scored the snap, and then he got right in Tim's face.
Darcy Ford it was.
Ford, that's the one.
So English's running was extraordinary. And
brilliant.
Again, we saw it in the Hawthorn practice game.
Yeah.
So he replicated that. This is why you should watch Pracky games. He did that against the Hawks. He's running towards the square. He's running to create options, was outstanding. And the way he went forward in that last quarter.
Amazing.
And then stuck it up Darcy Ford. I don't think he's never looked fitter.
Yep.
Meaner. And
it's interesting that Meaner, because we've always... My criticism of the Luke Beveridge era is we've been too nice. If we didn't have Libba at times, especially in like 2019, that elimination final where Bont got, ravaged by Toby Green and no one stood up. I reckon we've got a new pest. And I could be getting ahead of myself here, but I just saw the way that the Lions players were reacting to Michael Selwood.
Yeah, he was good. I didn't think he had that much mongrel in him. But he
seems calm, but he was definitely... They were angry at him. Maybe they were targeting him because it was his first game, but he was doing very well. I reckon he might be a pest. I mean, Zach Bailey's got a week for punching him in the head.
Yeah, well, someone said on Twitter that it's amazing Selwood's been... he was doing this for 2 years in the Waffle. Week after week playing these defensive roles. He was great. Looks like just a slightly smaller buzzlinger, but with a lot more intensity, I've got to say. Like, gee, he was impressive. The other guy down back, Jakes or Jarks, whichever school you went to, Shep High is definitely Jakes.
Yeah.
And he looked good too. He looked at home. Yeah. I've penciled him in for 200 games. So I've got Jakes at 200, Selwood will get 100, and the other guy, Butterick, wherever you're from.
I think
what a player.
Bevo said Butterick, but I like Butterick just so we can call him Buddha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he slotted straight in. Beautiful user of the ball.
Got a goal.
What a goal where he ran around on the right and kicked it from outside 50.
Yeah.
So we're talking about differences here now. Improvement in Williams, improvement in English, and 3 newcomers that we've already spoken about. Yep. That's where the difference is going to come.
What are we calling Selwood? He's got the 2 L's, different to the other famous Selwood family. One of them was called, the nickname I loved of all 4 Selwood brothers, one of them called them Bunny, which was short for Bunnings, because Bunnings sells wood.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
So we could call him Bunny
Yeah.
for now.
But I like him.
Yeah, me too. He looks a bit Jesus-y as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, he's good. And the other advantage of this game is that, and I'm not sure why, people are jumping on Sam Darcy's back saying, oh, maybe he's not as good. You have another look at that match as to what he did. His contribution was pretty good. He's playing on Harris Andrews, who's the best backman in the comp.
Correct.
It's slippery and greasy. It's sweaty.
Yep.
Impossible for a big bloke. Go back to the tape, the last quarter, that 50-metre pass to Bont. Bont pointed at where he wanted the ball, and he delivered it on a dime.
What
for a
point
big
is this?
bloke.
Well,
Last quarter.
I'm just going to find this exact. I'm going to go home and
Last
just watch
quarter, outside 50.
Yeah, but like
Bont
5
leads
minutes
out.
in, 10 minutes?
Sort of midway through. Bont kicks the goal.
I'll just watch the
He
whole thing
leads
again.
out into the half-forward flank, but the kick, you've got to remember how big Darcy is. The way he uses the ball is great.
Yeah.
And wait till he gets under the roof.
Oh.
And the ball's delivered down a bit cleaner.
Yeah.
The other one I've got to mention is Aaron Norton, who I think at times gets a rough run from the media.
Yeah.
Look at his second efforts, goal assists, little handballs, tackles. He's very good at squirting out a handball to set up someone else as a key forward. So
If the siren had gone a few seconds later, he would have kicked the sealer.
He would have.
And we would have celebrated him as a hero.
We were still happy, but he's the other one. We're talking up a lot of positives, but they're really the great thing about it was a team performance.
I thought Oscar Baker was really good in the first quarter. Like he was there when. And another thing, actually, I mentioned this on my socials. I don't know if have you rewatched the first quarter?
No, I was frustrated at quarter time though.
Well, I can tell you that I felt the Lions were a bit 09 Saints. And by that, I mean there was a lot of accentuating for free kicks. There was a lot of, when they're going down near the ball, throwing their head back, even though a Bulldogs player wasn't anywhere near them. And I reckon Fagan had a dig at them because they stopped after halftime. I was noticing it and I mentioned it and then I didn't see it again. I reckon Fagan was like, come on, boys, you're better than that. That is not the way we play. And a couple of them, the umpires did fall for it.
Of course they did. We kicked, I think it was 2-7 in the first quarter, which was very Bulldogs, I've got to say.
Oh, mate, it was
dominating
so Bulldogs.
play,
Yeah.
finding ways to miss goals, snaps going straight up in the air. Crofty missed a couple.
Yeah.
Who looks exciting, by the way, too, Croft.
With his new hair.
Yeah, he looked good. But we hung in there. And the other big thing from this game is the luxury now. We've got the Rolls-Royce parked in the forward line for a lot of the game. I mean, the ability to
You mean Darcy?
Bont,
He's the Rolls Royce, or
it's the Bont.
oh, the Bont is the Rolls Royce.
Used to be Chris Grant.
Okay.
Doug Hawkins called Chris Grant the Rolls Royce.
Okay.
Well, Bont is now the Rolls Royce, obviously. So he
Is
was.
Rolls Royce the best car these days? Like, shouldn't it be a Ferrari or something?
I think
or-
there's something about a Rolls.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah,
It's a bit British for me.
Yeah, but it's, maybe I'm getting old. But yeah, the fact that Bevo allowed him just to stay parked in the forward 50 for much of the last quarter, had faith in what was happening in the centre of the ground, and Bonts ended up kicking 3 goals and really was telling in what he did.
I did think Fraser was quiet, but I would bet serious money he was playing a role that didn't allow him to get many possessions.
Yeah, but go and have a look at the last quarter too. He's another one like Norton. I really rate his handball work. He does a quick, sharp handball.
I wasn't saying he
to the
played
right
badly. I
place.
was saying he was quiet for him, but I reckon he was doing something that the cameras didn't pick up. If you were there live, can you tell us and you noticed what he was doing? That would be, please let us know on the Danny Boyd socials.
Yeah, and then obviously Kennedy, who
was great.
What a pickup from Carlton.
Oh my God. Wouldn't he be just stoked to be out of that place?
So that was great. And then Ed Richards, so that basically not a lot went wrong. And in the end, we had a little bit of luck. You know, things could have even, umpires are trigger happy at times. It could have even been a 50 in the last 30 seconds.
I think we were lucky there, but we were very unlucky with Artie Jones's when he didn't he came to a complete stop, but they said, nah, 50, and Zorko got a goal for that. So I think that evened out in the end. Just speaking of Carlton, can I ask your professional opinion? And this is not to do with the Dogs, but another football podcast, the Dan Does Footy. Did you hear about this? Who played?
I have. Yes, of course I have.
Of course.
But the podcast is not as big as this one, but I have
Absolutely
heard,
not. No. That's some loser podcast where he talks about the 17 other clubs, loser. But he got Sam Doherty, sent him a voicemail and thought it was off the record, and then he played it online. Jared Waitley's had a go at Dan Gorringe, and Gorringe just said, have a sook, which I'm totally on Jared's side. Maybe I'm just an old man, legacy media like you, but isn't that illegal to broadcast someone without their consent?
Well, obviously, there's a code of ethics in journalism, and that's totally against the code of ethics. Everything you've brought up to be as a journalist is when you're recording someone to start with. I know that Doherty apparently sent this recording to Sam, which you're asking for trouble anyway. We've seen other people get into trouble with these sort of voice messages.
Yeah.
And anything you put in a WhatsApp group or whatever, you've got to be careful. So Doherty's not totally blameless in this. And he's come out and said, I agree with what I said.
Yeah.
But he also said Dan Gorringe is still one of my best mates. So I don't think he's totally angry with Gorringe. But Gorringe coming out and saying this is old man media, well, it's against every ethical thing that you could do in the world. You wouldn't do that to a friend without their permission, is to repeat that. And when you interview someone, say you're working at the Herald Sun and you phone them, you have to tell them you're recording the conversation. You just can't record things. So there's certain ethics that I think have gone out the window a little bit, and there's a blurred line now between, well, he's not a journo.
No, he's a
so he's not an influencer, he's a social media guy.
Yeah.
So where's their code of ethics? There's not really isn't one. So he's not a member of the Media and Arts Alliance. We used to be in journalism, used to be at the AJA, the Australian Journalism Association, and
so
you'd be regulated.
You must know some state secrets that you can't broadcast because they were off the record?
Yeah, that's right. Off the record, on the record. So it was cringeworthy in some ways, and it's great. He and Jared going at it. I mean, that'd be good to watch in the ring, wouldn't it? Gorringe versus Waitley.
I'd love to see him just like roast battle sort of thing. Or just, I mean, Jared Waitley, I think, is one of the best broadcasters going around. So I think if Jared Waitley had a go at this podcast, I would feel like I'd lost in front of Tom Hanks.
You would? Yeah. Well, Jared's pretty straight.
Yeah.
But I agree with Jared in this case. And he's up with his pop culture. You know, he used to write movie reviews. I was with him at the Herald Sun years ago.
Yeah, did he?
He used to be the entertainment writer. So I reckon he got flown to LA a few times. He might have interviewed Tom Hanks. So he's done it all, Jared. But I don't think he's look, I wouldn't say he's a nerd, but there's no chance of me running into him at the Darkness on Saturday. Coldplay would be probably as edgy as it gets for him. He'd probably, I'm not sure, he'd potentially go to Ed Sheeran, maybe Kylie Minogue.
Oh, God. I just want to see like Jared Waitley hosting like the movie show. You know, him and Margaret Pomerantz.
Yeah. He's good with entertainment.
Yeah.
He's an all-rounder. So he wrote a beautiful feature story in his time in the days when you could go away and write a good feature. But he hasn't changed though, Jared. So he's... But good, I agree with him on this.
Yeah, sorry, we got distracted again. I think,
his office is just near us in Zero Hanger HQ, so I better be careful when I'm walking around the back streets of Cremorne if he listens to this. I just think he needs to be a little bit careful, Gorringe.
I'm also dark on him. He didn't him and Ollie Gill had a fallout. Ollie Gill was my producer at Grandstand, and I think he's a great bloke. So I'm dark on him. Yeah. Although Boydie played with him, so I think, or definitely knows him. But anyway.
He seems a nice guy. I mean, it's great publicity for him. People are fascinated by him, and the AFL have brought him under the AFL.com wing.
Yeah, right.
So, again, blurred lines. What does the AFL think about this type of conduct? Suddenly the AFL.com are bringing Dan Gorringe in. It's muddied waters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not... Can you imagine Ned Edwards doing that? No. Well, let's be honest. No. And he's part of the AFL.com umbrella.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they have Kane Corns there, who seems to hate every single player in the world except Port Adelaide ones. So, look, there's a vast feast of media for you to consume. We're just telling you, stick with the Wagyu steak of the Danny Boyd.
Yeah, but
podcast.
I think the way it's headed, media, is it's the pendulum swinging in the Gorringe direction.
Oh, it's well and truly swung that way.
Crusty blokes like us and Jared Waitley and Ralphie and Johnny Ralph and all these characters. And really, we're lucky that we've had a good run in media in the time we did with the Herald Sun, and it's been a great era of media, but it's all changing. We had a guy called Marmalade, and I'm not even up with really much.
No.
I played cricket against Richmond City in a final. We lost, and one of the young kids says, "Oh, that's Marmalade. That's to go to Marmalade." I'm thinking, wow.
Yeah, they're pretty big, those guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I know.
So he was
Anyway.
bowling medium pace. He made a duck, I think, Marmalade, and then was bowling medium pace. But we got rolled, and everyone had forgotten who I was. Well, one guy did. A guy from Melbourne Deaf, one of the deaf cricketers, always gets my autograph.
Oh, there we go.
So I was happy with that. But everybody wanted Marmalade.
Okay. All right. Well, it's good to know that we're a couple of dinosaurs. Speaking of dinosaurs, I've got. You know that we have a segment on this podcast. You're about to be the first time you're playing this game, Stevo. It's time for the first of 2026. Our gigs fact.
Gigs facts. Danny asked the questions, and boy, did he react. So sit on back and relax. Put on your thinking caps, because we're gonna do the Gigs facts.
Gigs Fact is where Andrew Gigach, the official Bulldogs Club historian, sends me an obscure bit of trivia, and usually I quiz Boydie on it, but as filling in for season 2026, Stevo, I just wonder if you can remember. He actually sent me this after we played Hawthorn in the practice match, but I got distracted last week. What was the last time we played the Hawks in round one? Do you remember the last time we did that in a footy season?
Oh, God. I feel like tipping point or something here. Where's Todd Woodbridge? Hang on. I can't. Round one, I seriously can't recall playing Hawthorn in round one.
And you are correct, because the last time we did that was in 1962 in a grand final rematch, and it is the longest current round one matchup drought of any two teams.
Wow, the AFL needs to fix that.
Absolutely. We need to thump Hawthorn in round one.
Yeah. Well, geez, where does he drag these from?
Oh, he's got an amazing brain, Gigs, and he uses AFL tables and things like that, but he just sees patterns where the rest of us don't.
Yeah, he does the weird number plates. And all
He does do the number plate stuff. Yeah. He's in a special place. We love him though. We got to get him on because he wrote the official.
I see him at Dogs Functions. Just one of those guys that pops up at best and fairest, pops up at things, and so he should.
Like all historians, he's a bit weird, but we love Gigs. And he wrote the Bulldogs history book, which is available at the Bulldogs shop now. You should definitely go and buy that, my friends.
Yeah, a lot of reading in that one.
So let's go on to the Giants this Saturday, back at Doglands. Very exciting. Giants looked very good against Hawthorn, but they've got a lot of injuries. We have got a very good record against them in recent years. It's we're going to have fans who are up and about at the kennel. I'm feeling cautiously optimistic about this.
Yeah, I'm normally cautious, and last week very cautious, but I'm pretty optimistic. I'll be nervous when game day comes around, but I just looking at the way the teams will match up, will be suited to the faster deck, I think, and it's all right for the Giants undermanned to get us sort of up for one game. Second game might be a trouble. They've got nobody for Sam Darcy, really. Obviously, Taylor played on him in the State of Origin.
Okay.
And did a good job on him.
Very good job.
So he's out. Sam Darcy under a roof, if things get going, is going to be a scary proposition. Also, obviously, Artie Jones out is a blow. I looked at Artie Jones's face and he looked upset and flat. He probably felt crook in the guts because he was concussed, but he just looked deflated because he was finally up and about.
Yeah. He played really well in that last game against Freo last year. I thought he had a pretty good game against Brisbane. He seems to be someone who really loves life and lives it as a full 100%er. And when his body can't allow him to do that, he looks like a puppy dog.
He was unlucky there, wasn't he?
Harris Andrew, at this point, he's fighting the 3-week ban, but it looked pretty like Harris Andrews turned around and then went the elbow, didn't do the arm out. I think he's maybe down to 2 weeks, but I mean, that's just semantics, but he's got to do time for that.
Yeah, he has to do time. Artie will miss a week, and the positive is that Riley Sanders, I assume, would be back from that concussion, which is very unlucky as well. And we got Dolan's a good little player.
Yeah.
So there's a bit there to come in. So pretty optimistic about this week. Jakey Stringer's a worry, though. He's on fire. I still love Stringer.
Oh, we all do.
I really have still got a soft spot for him. I'll never boo Jakey, boy.
No.
He's obviously a premiership player.
Yeah.
And I've always thought, I know that he and Bevo probably don't see eye to eye. I've always thought it'd be good to get Stringer back. I know that he had his baggage.
Oh,
and whatever.
okay.
I think you just suit.
Like an Eddie Betts.
Well, Stringer, if you put him back into that forward line at the moment,
Yeah.
it'd be so suited because you got the two talls plus the bustling third sort of tall Stringer,
Yeah.
plus Riley West, plus.
Plus Cody Waitman.
Like, it's pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
So I just think he'd be even more suited now to the Bulldogs. That's never going to happen, though, by the way. But I just really rate him as a player. So someone's going to have to sit on him. And probably, who would they give? Maybe Selwood might sit on him.
The simple thing to do is just give Jake Stringer a contract, and then he'll go back to his average form. He's out of contract. That's why he kicked 5.
Well, he looks good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll always think of him as a Bulldog.
He's a bull god. He's a premiership player. We're not going to boo him. We've got someone else to boo anyway.
Who can we? What, Toby?
Yeah, Stan. He said he didn't want to have a beer with Bond. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll tell you, everyone, the rejected banners for the Patreon, which we'll do very soon. Do you have any? We play the Crows. I know we're jumping ahead of ourselves here, but I've just been writing the Crows banner. That's why it's front of mind. Yeah, no. What are we review? Why are we previewing that? Let's just focus on the Giants.
Let's take it 1 week at a time.
Yeah, 1 week at a time.
But I think
Sorry,
we get
everyone.
to do zip, and Adelaide game's not going to be hard. He's going to be hard.
Totally.
And then we've got to buy in round 3, which is weird. But looking at it, I think that is ideal because you can have a real crack at these 3 games, then have a rest. If Darcy's still a bit sore, Bailey Dale, they're probably not 100%. You then have that little week off and then re-go again. I like it.
Yeah, that's a good plan. All right. Everyone, get down there on Saturday. And just a reminder, every time GWS aren't used to playing big teams. It's GWS aren't used to playing against really loud crowds. So bring the thunder. Just be as loud as you can. Make sure they're, right behind the Dogs. Give us the vibe and, be loud.
Yeah, it'd be great. 1:15 Saturday is not exactly premium.
Nah.
It's too early for footy. I mean, some people are still waking up and recovering from the night before. It's an early start.
It's an early start.
Just got to get the job done.
Yeah. But there'll be heavy beers for those who partake.
I'll be in Top Dogs most of the day.
Yeah,
so
I think I will be as well.
In the coterie area there.
If you see us around, ask for a high five and tell us you're a podcast listener. Yeah, oh, no, that's what I was going to tell you. I went to Stars Renegades, BBL, at Docklands. There's some great new food outlets at Marvel.
Inside?
Inside. There's some good fish and chips.
Holy
and,
fuck.
some Mexican and stuff.
Yeah.
So, eat in.
Yeah.
Is what we're saying. It's they've improved it a lot.
I haven't been there since Metallica, actually.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
which is a weird. It's not a good concert venue, I've got to say. It's too big. It's better for the footy.
Yeah, definitely.
It's cavernous. It's
we've got back to music already.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to getting back to the Top Dogs crew. Obviously, in with the past players and. Linda's gone, which we're sad about.
Yeah, Linda Peachy was an organiser. If anyone ever had an issue with the Dogs and you rang membership, you usually dealt with Linda, and she was the best person at the club. She has moved on because she's got a grandchild now, and she wants to spend more time with her family. And let's just pay a tribute. Linda Peachy, probably one of the best people to ever work at the club, and deserves life membership.
Oh, lovely. And Reece Contessa now is the guy we're going to hassle when we need anything at the Top Dogs. He's a ripping bloke, and of course Adam was his older brother.
There we go, Adam Contessa. Great bulldog.
A nuggety little player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're getting excited. We will see you on Saturday. We'll chat to you again next week, Dogs fans. For the Patreons, though, if you want to join the Patreon, it's only like $5 a month, $4 a month if you pay for the whole year. We're going to jump behind the paywall and give you guys some special insight that we can't reveal to the general public. This is the sort of thing that Daniel Gorringe would just blare to everyone, but we've got it behind a very slick paywall that Daniel Gorringe can access for $5 a month.
Gave my childhood to that role of the red, white and blue sea, and the knowledge that you had two loves, the Bulldog boys and me. 20 years on, I feel that longing hanging in September air. But the reason I go every week is to pretend you're still there. And they will find the glory one day, and I will throw it at your feet. It's a long, long road they're running for you, dogs afoot grey streets. It's a long, long road they're running for you. The dogs afoot grey streets.